Hello you all, my Rabbit friends. In today's video, I want to tell you on a personal level my experiences, how I was able to actually increase my milk production as a new mom, as a lactating mom. If that sounds like what you might should be interested in seeing, in knowing, please follow me through the process of this video. I'm going to give you detailed precision. Anyways, follow me through the process of this video. It could be your mom that might need help, it could be your girlfriend, it could be your wife, it could be your sister. People around the world have issues with trying to produce breast milk on daily basis. So this video is definitely more important than you think. Alright, let's just dig into the video. After trying to tell you all everything I learned, everything that people said works, I'm not going to tell you the ones that actually worked for me. Okay, the first thing you should do after giving birth is to rest, to get yourself comfortable, and then to rest. Even though some people might advise that you should carry your baby, but as a human being that just gave birth, I understand that it's a whole lot of stress and you actually need to distress yourself, like start distressing yourself as early as possible, immediately. So the very first thing you should do, like after you are now getting yourself small, after resting small, is to try to put your baby to breast, try to help her or him to latch. The second thing you should do, because the truth is that a day old baby at a point might get tired of sucking. That is the truth. So what are you supposed to do when your baby is tired of sucking? Are you supposed to just go and relax? No. Like I learned, the next thing you should do is first, after trying to put your baby to breast, after trying to latch your baby on, next thing you should do is to try to use your fingers to the same thing the baby would have been doing on your, you know what I mean, on your body. It's the same thing you should do using your fingers. The two hormones necessary for production of milk and for the release of milk from the mammary glands, these two hormones are prolactin and oxytocin. They help in producing milk. They trigger the pituitary gland to produce milk, and they help the mammary gland to release those milk. So if the baby is not latched onto your body properly, or if it's not latched onto you, what you can do is actually to try and stimulate your body, try and press on your areolae. You should do that like every 5 minutes, every 10 minutes, every 20 minutes. You should be very frequent with it. That is what is going to be telling your brain that it is time to do work, it is time to start producing milk, because definitely your baby needs your milk from your body for nutrition, for survival, for immunity, for getting used to you, for a whole lot of things. So your baby actually needs your milk. It's not something you should play with, it's not something you should toy with, it's not something you should do guy with, it's not even something you should take less seriously. But you don't have to stress your baby. That's why I'm showing an alternative with your hand. You are my lovely friends. Next thing to do, you must also eat. It's a lot of blood that you probably lost. It's a lot of fluid that you also lost. You should start drinking as much water as possible. You should start eating watery things. Those things are the things that will actually help your body to replenish, help your body to heal. The truth is that you need your body to heal. No matter how strong your brain is telling you that you are, your body is not that strong. It is you that think you're strong, but the truth is that delivery is not easy. Either ways, any way you actually got delivered of, it's not easy at all. So you must heal. If your body feels like your body is comfortable, if your body feels like your body is no longer too stressed, if your body feels like it is not too anxious, your body will start slowly, will start to produce milk. So this is the very first thing you actually are supposed to know. There are other things I learned from my friends that helps to produce milk. Things like oatmeal, things like groundnut, things like pap, watery pap, things like bitter leaf soup, things like all manner of soup, things like tea, and things like ofe and salad with a lot of uziza and oda. But the things that actually work for me, which is why I'm basically making this video. For me, naturally, it was not very easy initially when I just gave birth. It was not very easy to start producing so much milk. But along the line, I was able to figure out things that actually work for me. Science will teach you a lot of things, but what is working for Mrs. A might not necessarily work for Mrs. B. So the very first thing I am going to say now, let me start from the least to the best, the one I prefer most. I'm not sure this one is supposed to be the least. I feel like it is the most important thing. The truth is that if you have a lot of, if you're hydrated, let me use this word hydration. If you're hydrated, you won't have option than to pee. The same way, you won't have option than to produce, like, for there to be milk in your body. Okay, so I feel like I'm using this one as the number one because it is the most common. It is the cheapest one that works for me. It's not something you have to spend so much money to do. All you have to do is to get yourself a flask of clean water. In my opinion, initially, for the first 2 months, I was actually drinking hot water. I don't know, I didn't enjoy drinking hot water. I don't know whether I was even taking enough water, but I was drinking hot water anyway. Some people will tell you that if you drink normal room temperature water, that it's, your body will still be hydrated anyway. I don't know, but in my opinion, just drink water. If you can drink hot water and if you can drink a lot of hot water, fine. If you don't really like hot water like that, you can just put green tea into it. Twinning green tea, the one that has strawberry flavor, works. It will make you to feel like you're drinking something delicious while you're not exactly gaining too much weight. Now, we're not supposed to be doing weight loss in breastfeeding because milk should start coming out first. There is still a lot of time to lose up the weight and all. But you don't want to go and eat so bad that it not be so hard to burn off eventually. If you don't like exactly like just drink hot water, you can just drink hot water, brew it, put one tea bag into it. Swinning is the one I like best because it has strawberry flavor. Put it in a hot flask, like brew like 3 point something liters. Buy that kind of flask. Drink it throughout the day. If you actually put just one tea bag into the flask, you won't even realize that it's bitter. You will just be drinking the strawberry flavor, feeling good and feeling all fresh and all. The number one thing is that you must be hydrated. You're losing fluid through urine. You're losing fluid anytime you're breathing. You're losing fluid anytime from your skin all over your body. You are just losing fluid every minute. Just because you drank water an hour ago shouldn't mean that you shouldn't continue drinking water. You should always saturate your body with water. Not too much at a time, but like, tell yourself I'll drink 4 liters today. Tell yourself I'll drink 4.5 liters today. Just brew a 4 liter flask or a 3 liter flask. Before you know what's up, you've actually finished it and at least you're hydrated. The second thing that I'm going to put now, in my opinion, is swallow. Anytime I realized that anytime I ate swallow with any kind of soup, that I actually am usually able to produce so much milk the next morning. Okay, yes. There is something else. After I've had a long hour of rest, usually in the morning, I realize that my body produces more milk. It's also work. Therefore, in the journey of breastfeeding, you must always distress yourself. Stress and breastfeeding does really not really go hand in hand. If you're emotionally stressed, it's also affecting the amount of milk coming out. If you're physically stressed, it's also affecting the amount of body coming out. You just should avoid stress. Yeah. So the next, should I say number three now or should I say number four? Either ways, whether three or four, let me just call it four because I've already said stress. Is bitter leaf soup. I've done this experiment over and over and over. I did this experiment with bitter leaf soup. I did this experiment with efe egusi. I did this experiment with ofe nsala, the one that is usually very watery and hot. I did this experiment with um vegetable soup. The one that gave me the least result is ofe ogbono, followed by ofe egusi and ofe nsala, followed by vegetable soup, followed by bitter leaf soup, ofe onugbu. The one that gave me the best result is bitter leaf soup. So while most other soups are giving me about 150 mils of milk after sleeping in the morning, bitter leaf soup is giving me 240 mils of breast milk. Heard that ofonubu works. I didn't understand how it will just work. I don't know the particular thing in ofonubu, whether it's the cocoyam or whether it's the bitter leaf itself or whether it's the what. I'm not very sure of what makes it work, but I did this particular experiment. Like, when I realized it, I was like, no, you're not serious. Let me try it again. I tried it again. Then today I'll eat ofono, but tomorrow I'll eat another kind of soup. Next tomorrow I'll eat another kind of soup. Sleep the same amount of sleep. Drink the same amount of water. Express. And the difference with ofono and all the other soups are just roughly the same. But the difference between ofono and all the other kinds of soup is usually up to 15 meals, 16 meals. I simply could not believe it. So, Ofonubu to the rescue. Bitter leaf soup to the rescue. And guess what? It doesn't feel like you're working too hard to produce more milk. It just feels like you're living your best life, eating your normal food while producing much more milk. Then the one that I have actually reserved for the number one, this one feels like a stimulant. This one feels like an enzyme. This one will make force your body to produce. Because the thing about breastfeeding is sometimes, except you are a stay-at-home mom, as long as you are working, sometimes you are out and it's time to feed your baby, right? And you're not feeding your baby when you should feed your baby. Your brain, your body will stop producing milk. It will start lagging. Something else is that if you're not producing every time, like every 2 hours, your body will also realize that it should probably stop producing so much. But there is something that, or rather, yes, something else. If you're too stressed, anytime you're too stressed, like I noticed anyway that anytime I was too stressed, in any form of stress, whether physically or whether mentally or any form of stress, that I'll just slow down, the amount of milk I'm actually producing. But there is something that I have been able to figure out that works. What can it be? Palm wine. As delicious, as natural, as I don't know how to say, like this one is my oga at the top. It works like an enzyme. It works like a stimulant. It works like a delicious drink. You just drink and feel good. Except of course you're allergic to palm wine, or except of course you can't get, because the truth is that as long as you're a human being, there will always be ups, there will always be down. Why you think I'll be a stay-at-home mom? One day you go and make your hair, or one day you have a visitor, or one day there will just be something that will delay you from feeding your baby when you should feed her, or trying to express when you should express, or something like that. And then you might simply not be as efficient. Some days you are more efficient, some days you're not more efficient, some days you're working more in producing milk, some days you can't help yourself. But palm wine is there to for the rescue. All you have to do is drink a cup before you sleep. Drink a cup when you, in fact, in those days, like right now I'm not drinking it because I feel good, I'm good and all, but there was a time I was actually stressed and I was advised to drink palm wine, and I got palm wine. In fact, I was advised to drink palm wine. In Igbo, it's called Nkwasha. But then I was re-advised now to buy Nkwongo, because Nkwongo works a little bit better than. I feel like I'm using my hand too much. Jeez, what is wrong with me? Now, Nkwongo, in my opinion, or like I was advised, works better than Nkwasha. I'm supposing that both of them should be called palm wine, pami, in English. Either of the ones you are able to get. If you get Nkwasha, Nkwongo, I mean to say, if you get Nkwongo, it should work better for you. But if you can't get Nkwongo, if it's only Nkwasha that you can get, I mean, please, it will help. If you're the kind of person that, if your brain is so light that if you smell alcohol, you're already drunk, dilute it. The more you put water into it, the less the efficiency of the alcohol, the influence of alcohol will be on you. But if you're strong headed, you know what I mean to say. I'm not asking you to go and get drunk, but you can just take a cup of the diluted one and drink. It helps to produce more milk. It even help that the milk should come out. It also help that the milk should come out fast and come out well. It has worked for me. So these things, sleeping well, eating swallow with ofonobo, drinking pame, delicious pame, getting myself very hydrated, and distressing myself, like anything that will stress me. Stress, eh? You guys, please don't mind me. I feel like I can be a clown sometimes. Anyways, these are things that actually helps me. Pap did not work for me. I'm not saying that it does not work. I'm only saying that I'm not very sure that I actually noticed the effects. Oatmeal, poker oats did not work for me. I'm not saying it does not work. I'm only saying I did notice the effect. Drinking oziza, milk oziza with some yam, did it work for me or did not work? I honestly didn't do that experiment the way I experimented with ofonubu. But in those days when I gave birth newly, I just felt better anytime I took that particular hot water yam, milk oziza with yam. I like it with the fish. I believe it helps in healing of the body. So it's I can't say it works. I can't say it doesn't work, but I'm sure that I usually feel better anytime I finish taking it. It feels so good. The tastes so delicious. Anyways, you guys, this is going to be the end of the video for me. I hope you had a good time. I hope you're actually going to share this video with a sister or a friend or a female friend or a wife or just your sister or your mother or any new mom or an intending new mom or any female person actually, or even everybody really. Children should take as much breast milk as possible, if possible. If possible, really, we should all try to do exclusive breastfeeding the first 6 months. EAP or WHO requirements. Very healthy for the child, very healthy for the mother, very healthy for the child, very healthy for the mother. But in the situation whereby it's simply not possible, try and give your child as much breast milk as possible. Maka again, no growth, nourishment, nutrition, immunity, you guys. Please, I'm going to see you in the next video. Bye bye.